Stop letting fear control you. Now, how do you ditch awkwardness and speak with unshakable confidence and with no acting skills? Here. You know that moment when your heart starts pounding and your throat tightens, your mind goes blank? Hmm? You know that crushing weight of fear that makes you want to disappear? It's not just nerves. It's a thief. It steals opportunities. Why is that? Because it silences your ideas. It makes you feel like nothing. But here's the raw truth. You don't need to quote unquote act confident. What you need to do is to unlock what's already inside of you. And these tools aren't just for actors, They're for anyone who's tired of letting fear win. So let's start. Number 1, you hijack your fear by not focusing on yourself, but by focusing on others. When you start to think, oh, they're judging me, change that. Think in terms of what your audience needs. What do they want to hear? How can you help them? Them is your action. Not you, them. And this isn't a trick. Okay? It's, in a way, your lifeline. It saves you. It pulls you out of your own head. Because you got to get out of your head. You got to focus out. Number 2, don't perform. Start by doing. Okay? First, stop trying to look confident. Instead, be that person who's actually genuinely curious, passionate, determined. Okay? If you're looking for answers, actually be looking for answers. Search, for example, if you're in a room, search the room. If you're sharing a story, make sure to make them need, that you really need them to understand, right? Authenticity beats acting every time. Number 3, your body. Okay, you need to trick your body. You use your body to trick your brain. For example, your posture isn't just posture. It's, in a way, a power move. You stand like you own the room without being arrogant. Breathe like you're unshakable. Smile like you've already won. Fake it until your nervous system believes it. Okay? This isn't lying, it's rewiring. Number 4, speak like you mean it, even if you don't feel it yet. Drop the monotone. Lean into pauses. Let your voice rise and fall like you're telling a secret, right? Passion isn't about volume. It's about urgency. Make them lean in. Make them care. So this isn't about you becoming someone else. It's about finally letting yourself show up. Now the next time fear tries to shut you down, you fight back. You stand taller, you speak clearer, you demand to be heard. In other words, you've hidden long enough, now it's your turn to shine the light on yourself. Now, as you can see, I've, in essence, read these points. But there's a lot of truth to them. Because you know what fear is. Fear takes over, okay? You start thinking too much about it, how you're going to look, how you're going to be judged. Your heart starts to race, okay? Your throat, in a way, tightens up, and even the pitch goes up, and everything goes out the window, right? I've been there. And And I'm sure you've been there. And what you have to do immediately is, instead of focusing on yourself, is you need to focus on others. And you need to stop thinking about that they're judging you. You're there to help them, right? They're there listening to you because they need something from you. And they want to hear, right? So you're there. You are there to help them. Okay? And this is what gets you out of your own head. Now, this whole body trick, it's a posture, it's a power move, right? You stand in a room, you stay calm, you don't panic, you relax, you breathe, right? You smile, you'll get over it. It's not the end of the world. But when you do speak, you speak like you mean it. Okay? Don't read. Get off the monotone. And pause when you need to pause, right? Let your voice go up, go down. Be passionate about what you're talking about. Know your subject, right? And when you know your subject and you're passionate about it, that comes through. It's not about getting very loud. But it's urgent that they know about it so that they will listen, right? And then they will care. Now, let's analyze this a little bit more. Your hands begin to shake, your voice cracks, and you wish like the floor would just open up and swallow you. I've been through this. I mean, fear just takes over and you have no control over it. But what can you do about that? What you do about that is you need to do it over and over and over. And you need to practice every day. You always have to take it out of yourself. Because you need to give, right? You need to help. Okay? You're not there to impress, right? You're there to connect. Okay? You see, I'm running out of ideas. So let's see here. What you're trying to do, and I will say this, because I've been doing this channel now for over a year, and it has been an interesting journey. Trying to understand how it works, a lot of it has to do with probably the channel is all over the place. But for me, it's an experiment, and me trying to find what it is that I can help others with. I mean, to a certain extent, I've used it as also a way to motivate myself, to have something to go to. But now I'm trying to find how I can use my skills and my experience to help others who, like me, are introverts navigating in a world where you have to be able to interact with others, whether it's through your work or if you're pursuing, for example, an acting career. The acting techniques can serve you in in other places, whether you're giving a presentation or you're talking in a meeting, they help. So I've already covered, remember that, and it's true, the one thing that I learned is that you're not performing. In fact, when you try to do that, that's like the worst, because people can read that. What you really want to do is, instead of performing, you shift your attention to the other person, which is true. If you focus on the other person, you don't have time to think about where your hands are, for example, or if you're stiff or how you sound. You don't really have time to that, because your whole objective is trying to understand what the other person's needs are. And if you remember that, it takes it away from you. And you really have to be wanting to understand and help the other person, and seeing how you can help them, right? Which is interesting, because if you are giving, right? If you're focused on giving by helping, right? Not proving yourself, not trying to prove something, but if you really focus on helping and giving others the help that they're seeking, that they so desperately need, you're really no longer focused on yourself, because it's not about you. Think about that. Speaking like you mean it, which is true, because you do mean it, not pretending, right? Not pretending to want to help with an ulterior motive, but really wanting to help. So you speak like you mean it. Now, I guess there's not really much more that I can say. I mean, if you like this, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you think what I've said has helped you or could help you. I mean, I am thinking about putting this into practical, like actually doing this, to actually get people to do it. Because, one thing is to hear it, and another one is to actually do it. And I can talk from the performance side of it. And you can talk about performing what you want. You can see others perform what you want. But if you don't actually go there and do it, then you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to get out of your, I'll call it prison, because in a way it's a prison that prevents you from meeting people, from achieving your goals, whether it's a promotion, putting out your ideas, being acknowledged. You should check if this is intriguing enough for you, you can check my other videos, especially the memorizing, and this is an idea, if you have a problem communicating. I think, in my opinion, from my experience, it's not even an opinion, it's from my experience, you can start with a monologue or a speech from a written play. The easiest is Shakespeare, and you can see how I go about memorizing some of these speeches, and it's not easy at first because you're learning other people's words, but through that it forces you to get out of yourself, because now you're dealing with somebody else's words and you're trying to make them sound authentic, real, like they're coming from you. Anyway, I think I've been rambling a bit long here. I don't even think it's going to go very far, but I gave it a shot. I normally just don't like to read scripts, what have you. I attempted it. I like to know what I guess I like to be surprised, and that's the performer in me, because I know that sometimes when you adhere too strictly to a script, that becomes a crutch, and in a way you want to be free to go outside of that. But hey, who knows? Thank you for listening. As I said, leave a comment if you have any ideas, if I should go in this direction, if you want to hear more of this. I actually started to put together, I guess, like a mini course. If I have time, I will probably try to upload it and see if I can make something work out of that, because, let's face it, I mean, recreate these channels, and they do take a lot of time. Even like my channel, I mean, it does take time to think about, what I'm going to talk about, especially those memorizing and monologues. I tend not to edit, and this is intentional because I already do this for a film that I'm working on, and it takes a lot of time. I mean, if you're looking to start a YouTube channel, I mean, you can see from my channel. I mean, I think if I put more thought to it, I think it would perhaps grow faster, but who knows? So yes, I've rambled on and on and on, but I'm hoping that this I don't know, has at least gotten you to think about taking action, really. But yes. Anyway, thank you if you've gotten this far. Thank you for really listening. And as I said, check out my other stuff, and have a nice day. Bye.